Hello, I'm Matthew McKibbin. Welcome to Bedtime Stories. Thank you for liking my previous bedtime story episode, and I appreciate all the likes and supports and comments. Probably know what I mean. So today I'm back with another bedtime story video, and today I'm going to read 3 storybooks. And our first one is The Cat in the Hat by Dr. Seuss. The sun did not shine. It was too wet to play, so we sat in the house all that cold, wet day. I sat there with Sally. We sat there, we two, and I said how I wish we had something to do. Too wet to go out and too cold to play ball, so we sat in the house. We did nothing at all. So all we could do was to sit. And we did not like it, not one little bit. And then something went bump. How that bump made us jump. We looked, then we saw him stepping on the mat. We looked, and we saw him, the cat in the hat. And he said to us, "Why do you sit there like that? I know it's wet and the sun is not sunny, but we can have lots of good fun that is funny." "I know some good games we could play," said the cat. "I know some new tricks," said the cat in the hat. "A lot of good tricks. I will show them to you. Your mother will not mind at all if I do." Then Sally and I did not know what to say. Our mother was out of the house for the day. But our fish said, No, make that cat go away. Tell that cat in the hat you do not want to play. He should not be here. He should not be about. He should not be here when your mother is out." Now, have no fear. Have no fear, said the cat. "My tricks are not bad," said the cat in the hat. "Why, we can have lots of good fun, if you wish, with a game that I call Up with the Fish." "Put me down," said the fish. "This is no fun at all. Put me down," said the fish. "I do not wish to fall." "Have no fear," said the cat. "I will not let you fall. I will hold you up high as I stand on a ball, with a book on one hand and a cup on my hat. But that is not all I could do," said the cat. Look at me now," said the cat. "With a cup and a cake on the top of my hat. I can hold 2 books. I can hold up the fish, and a little toy ship, and some milk on a dish. And look, I can hop up and down on the ball. But that is not all. Oh no, that is not all." Look at me now. It is fun to have fun, but you have to know how. I can hold up the cup and the milk and the cake. I can hold these books and the fish on the brick. I can hold the toy ship and a little toy man. And look, with my tail I can hold a red fan. I can fan with a fan as I hop on the ball. But that is not all. Oh no, that is not all. That is what the cat said. Then he fell on his head. He came down with a bump from up there on the ball, and Sally and I, we saw all the things fall. And our fish came down too. He fell into a pot. He said, "I do not like this. Do I like this? Oh no, I do not. This is not a good game," said our fish as he lit. No, I do not like it, not one little bit. Now look what you did, said the fish to the cat. Now look at this house. Look at this, look at that. You sank our toy ship, sank it deep in the cake. You shook up our house, and you bent our new rake. You should not be here when our mother is not. You get out of this house, said the fish in the pot. But I like to be here. Oh, I like it a lot, said the cat in the hat to the fish in the pot. I will not go away. I do not wish to go. And so, said the cat in the hat, so, I will show you another good game that I know. And then he ran out, and then, fast as a fox, the cat in the hat came back in with a box. A big red wood box. It was shut with a hook. Now look at this trick, said the cat. Take a look. Then he got up on top with the tip of his hat. I call this game Fun in a Box, said the cat. In this box are two things I will show to you now. You will like these two things, said the cat with a bow. I will pick up the hook, and you will see something new. Two things, and I call them thing one and thing two. These things will not bite. They want to have fun. Then out of the box came thing two and thing one. And they ran to us fast. They said, how do you do? Would you like to shake hands with thing one and thing two? And Sally and I did not know what to do, so we had to shake hands with thing one and thing two. We shook their two hands, but our fish said, no, those things should not be in this house. Make them go. They should not be here when your mother's not. Put them out, said the fish in the pot. Have no fear, said the cat in the hat. These things are good things. And they gave them a pat. They are tame, oh so tame. They have come here to play. They will give you some fun on this wet day. Now, here's a game that they like, said the cat. They like to fly kites, said the cat in the hat. No, not in the house, said the fish in the pot. They should not fly kites in the house. They should not. Oh, the things they will bump. Oh, the things they will hit. Oh, I do not like it, not one little bit. Then Sally and I saw them run down the hall. We saw those two things bump their kites on the walls. Bump, thump, 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 bump. Down the wall in the hall. Thing two and thing one, they ran up, they ran down. On the string of one kite, we saw Mother's new gown. Her gown with the dots that are pink, white, and red. Then we saw one kite bump on the head of her bed. Then those things ran about with big bumps, jumps, and kicks, and with hops and big thumps, and all kinds of bad tricks. And I said, I do not like the way that they play. If Mother could see this, oh, what would she say? Then our fish said, look, look. Our fish shook with fear. Your mother's on her way home. Do you hear? Oh, what would she do to us? What would she say? Oh, she would not like to find us this way. So do something fast, said the fish. Do you hear? I saw her, your mother. Your mother's here. So as fast as you can, think of something to do. You'll have to get rid of thing one and thing two. So as fast as I could, I went after my net, and I said, with my net, I can get them, I bet. And I bet with my net, I can get those things yet. Then I let down my net. It came down with a plop, and I had them at last. Those two things had to stop. Then I said to the cat, now you do as I say. You pack up those things and you take them away. Oh dear, said the cat. You do not like our game. Oh dear, what a shame, what a shame, what a shame. Then he shoved the things in the box with the hook, and the cat went away with a sad kind of look. That is good, said the fish. He has gone away, yes. But your mother will come. She will find this big mess. And this mess is so big and so deep and so tall, we could not pick it up. There is no way at all. Then, who was back in the house? Why, the cat. Have no fear of this mess, said the cat in the hat. I always pick up all my playthings, and so I will show you another good trick that I know. Then we saw him pick up all the things that were down. He picked up the cake and the rake and the gown, and the milk and the strings, and the books and the dish, and the fan and the cup, and the ship and the fish, and he put them away. Then he said, that is that. And then he was gone with the tip of his hat. Then our mother came in and she said to us two, did you have any fun? Tell me, what did you do? And Sal and I did not know what to say. Should we tell her the things that went on there that day? Should we tell her about it? Now, what should we do? Well, what would you do if your mother asked you? Well, what'd you think of that? Seemed like those kids didn't know how the cat would turn out. But all he wanted to do was have fun, and so does the one and thing too. You know, I did see the animation version of Cat in the Hat, and the live action with the Mike Myers, better known as the voice of Shrek the Ogre from the Shrek franchise. Mike Myers is a good actor, and I'm sure he did a good job playing the Cat in the Hat in the live action version. So our next story is, maybe you should fly a jet, maybe you should be a vet, by Dr. Seuss. Want to be a ticket taker? Want to be a pizza maker? General? Jockey? Basketball player? Ballet dancer? Dragon slayer? Do you want to be an astronaut or a keeper of the zoo? You've got to do something. What do you want to do? Tailor, sailor, nailer, jailer. You got to be someone sooner or later. How about a wrestler, a welder, or a waiter? How about a dentist? How about a florist? How about a forester working in a forest? Do you wish to be an oil refiner, diamond miner, dress designer? How about a paper hanger? How about a bass drum banger? Do you want to do your work outdoors? Do you want to work inside? Would you like to be a plumber? Or a stargazer? A mountain guide? Would you rather work in a mountain town? Or in the desert lower down? Hat shop owner? Money loaner? How about a slide tromboner? How about a perfume smeller? How about a fortune teller? You could be a turkey farmer. You could be a teacher. You could be a lot of things. How about a preacher? You could be a clown or a copy perker. How about an iron worker? Fighter, crime fighter, television scriptwriter. Some folks make good picture framers. Some folks make good lion tamers. Some folks make good tightrope walkers. Other folks are better talkers. Maybe you should fly a jet. Maybe you should be a vet. How about a deep sea diver? How about a beehive hiver? Would you like to be an actor? Would you like to run a tractor? Would you like to drive a taxi cab or run a big computer lab? Tennis pro, optometrist, crossing guard, politician, chemist, leopardrish, glass blower, mushroom grower. How about a fishbone boner or a roller coaster owner? Would you sooner be a ballooner or a grand piano tuner? Olympic champ, reporter of the news? It's very difficult to choose. You've got to be someone. You can't just be a doodler. You could be a sculpture. Or perhaps a noodle noodler. You might be a private eye. Would you like to be a spy? Maybe you should be a vester, a jester, or a hammock tester. Maybe you should be a voice. Someday you must make a choice. Maybe you should be a farce. When you find out what a farce is, you can tell us what your choice is. Well, what'd you think of that? There are many things that you could become in your future. But it's good to learn a lot of things while growing up. Like from a preschool kid until you're all grown up. Probably know what I mean, but that's just my opinion. So, for me, my dream career, and and I probably told most people this, but my dream career is actually a musical actor as usual. But I was thinking of maybe if I get a chance to probably ask to make appearances on TV shows or movie appearances if I feel comfortable with that. But we'll see. But for now, I'm going to stick with musical actor. So our final story is What Pet Should I Get? By Dr. Seuss. We want a pet. We want a pet. What kind of pet should we get? Dad said we could have one. Dad said he would pay. I went to the pet shop. We went there with Kay. I went there with Kay. And so we went in. I took one fast look. I saw a fine dog who shook hands. So we shook. So I said, I want him. But then Kay saw a cat. She gave it a pat. And she said, I want that. Then Kay said, now what do you think we should do? Dad said to pick one. We cannot take home two. Then what do you know? We saw two other kinds. Now how could Kay and I make up our minds? A pup and a kitten. They look like good fun. Now which would we pick? We could only pick one. Make up your mind. The cat or the dog? The kitten? The pup? Oh boy, it is something to make up a mind of. Then I looked all around. I saw something with wings. I said, look at him. We can pick one that sings. But then, look over there. And my sister Kay, said my sister Kay, we can go home with a rabbit today. Then I looked at Kay. I said, what will we do? I like all the pets that I see. So do you. We have to pick one pet and pick it out soon. You know Mother told us to be back by noon. And I could have done it. I could have, I bet. I could have said, what pet we should get. But you know what Kay did? Do you know what she did? She said, fish, 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 fish. It may be a fish, is the pet that we wish. Then I saw a new kind, and they were good too. How could I pick one? Now what should we do? We could only pick one. That is what my dad said. But how could I make up that mind in my head? Pick a pet fast. Pick one out soon. Mother and Dad said to be home by noon. The time may be now to make up my mind, but who knows what other good pets I might find. I might find a new one, as a fast kind of thing, who would fly round my head in a ring on a string. Yes, that would be fun, but our house is so small, this thing on a string would bump into the wall. My mother, I know, would not like that at all. So maybe some other good kind of pet. Another kind maybe is what we should get. We might find a new kind, a pet who is tall, a tall pet who fits in a space that is small. My mother might like this pet best of them all. If we had a big tent, then we would be able to take home a yent. Dad would like us to have a good yent, but how do I know he would pay for a tent? So you see how it is when you pick out a pet. How can you make up your mind what to get? But what if we took one of each kind of pet? Then our house would be full of the pets we would get. No, Dad would be mad. We can only have one. If we do not choose, we will end up with none. I will do it right now. I will do it, I said. I will make up the mind that is up in my head. The dog, or the rabbit, the fish, or the cat. I picked one out fast, and then that was that. Wow, what'd you think of that? It seemed like the kids were having struggles on deciding what pet they should get for themselves or for their small home. You know, I've actually had pets for a while growing up. So, I can name a few if you like to hear them. So, by the time I came out of my mom's system as a baby, on the year of my birthday, which was 1998, the first, I think Pumpkin was the first dog that I had after coming out of mom's belly, because that's how babies are born, that they grow inside their mothers. So I think I had Pumpkin for about 6 years. So like as a baby until I was about probably still 6 years old, about to turn 7 now. And I also had Bootsy, which is a boy dog, but found out when I was much older that Bootsy was a bit deaf. So yeah, I don't know if it's possible, but like I don't remember if Bootsy was deaf when he joined custody in our family, but I guess that depends. And then during during 4th or 5th grade, I adopted a Boston Terrier named Gypsy. Lovely dog. Until her death, during 5th grade, perhaps. And then later on, during 8th grade, I adopted 2 dogs that were different, and they're sisters named Haley and Holly. So one is a rat terrier and the other is a fox terrier. Lovely dogs, so they lasted a bit longer. So they're just adorable pets. And we also had fish at one time. So cool. Thank you for tuning in to today's bedtime story video. And for what Shelley Duvall said, when you write stories, you can make believe anything. And when you dream, you can make believe anything too. So, hope you all have sweet dreams and hope to see you next time.